Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for our spring memorial service to honor and appreciate our ancestors who have passed away. Please join us in prayer. Please open your prayer book to page 2, Mediation Prayer. Let us seek the sacred mediation of Konko Daijin, sincerely and wholeheartedly, each and every day. May we receive the mediation of you with all our hearts and souls on this day at very moment. Ikigami Konko Daijin Sama, Ikigami Konko Daijin Sama, Ikigami Konko Daijin Sama, Ikigami Konko Daijin Sama. Purification Prayer. Through the way of mediation, may our sincere apologies be acceptable to you, our divine friend. We acknowledge our mistakes and misunderstandings, arrogance and ignorance of divine favor. We apologize for all our shortcomings and irreverence from past generations. Guide us then in the way of living to reflect your divine will, with a pure, joyful, and loving heart, always one with you. Can prayer. Reverently we pray. The radiance of heaven, the riches of summer, high without cease, the earth tops without end. In heaven bears the light of the creatures of all. In heaven bears the interest of us all. For these wondrous forms, for these wondrous works, let us pray in the final family. Let us pray the divine God of the universe. Having love and care for all humanity. All those who live between heaven and earth, to revere common the divine grant, to live in harmony and blessings, this is the way. Yet many are not the way, are lost in greed and selfishness. They suffer the cycle of misfortunes, greatest harm and sorrow. Our founding father, Konko Daijin, suffered many trials in this world, and held out with faith and sincerity. To receive heavenly blessings and divine life for mutual fulfillment of family and humanity. Humbly we pray. The divine parent waits for us to fulfill. Konko Daijin accepted the call to mediation, that is the mutual benefit of family and humanity. I did not know the way of faith to all who sought him, expounding the blessings of heaven and earth, and leading out the coming of night. And I declare it rose to thee, salvation for all who suffered, and he not the knowing of day. Though he has passed through the world change, he did not break off our task, divine us of mediation. Thus was given the dignity of his gift, the guiding principle of our daily life. The divine figure was human, and was enthroned in partially, established the way of eternal prosperity, the way of mediation of non-conformity. By this wondrous revelation, we are given knowledge of the way. Through all the hardships of this world, through pain of body and soul, the way of mediation teaches us to turn our hearts to coming, without regard for the day or night, whether we are near or far. The way of mediation teaches us to pray with total trust. For living unaware of divine favor, we offer our sincere apologies and pray to mend our ways. Let us live our faith every day, seeking and rejoicing in our divine favor. Let us care for those in pain and invite them to the way. Let us guide those who are lost and awaken them to a rightful purpose. Coming is fulfilled in us. We are fulfilled in coming. May this way of mutual fulfillment be manifested in this world. Mankind wish for true peace and well-being among all people be fulfilled. So we humbly pray, so we earnestly pray.
Please bow your heads in prayer.
First mediation message for the annual Spring Meal Service. In the second, President Konko Tenchi Kaino Kami, the life force of your Konko Wahiawa, Ayase Yan, relative stay for prayer. We gather here the annual Spring Memorial Service on this day, March 21st, 2021. Please accept today's service as utmost expression of our gratitude for the blessings we have enjoyed thus far through the virtues of Tenchi Kaino Kami, Kiani Konko Laijin, and the Dhamma Spirit. In this service, we especially seek to honor and extend our whole appreciation for the eternal spiritual work of the deceased ministers, family members, friends, who provide the foundations of our blessed lives. As head minister Konko Wahiawa, I feel honored to serve this local community for 44 years after succeeding the late Reverend Haruko Takahashi, who established this church as Branch Church Konko Hall in 1940. In the absolute Konko phase, we have received divine blessings from the time of ancestors and to our descendants. We see blessings for living and even after we pass away. Now, from the Konko and Yurede, Tenchi Kainu Kami is the Kami who rule heaven and earth. People are born and die within heaven and earth. They cannot live outside of heaven and earth. In memory and respect to our deceased minister, family members, and friends, we pray that the virtue of Jai Konko Laijin Tenchi Kainu Kami enable the Dhamma to be fulfilled and at peace. This year marks the 81 years of the operation of the church in Wahiawa. It has been possible through the divine guidance and support of all the people who have been connected to this church and Midama Sri. We sincerely ask Tenchi Kainu Kan, Ikari Konko Lai, and Midama Sri for your support and guidance for our engagement in pursuit of the faith. Let us help each other and guide people who live life in suffering. Through Ikari Konko Lai, Tenchi Kainu Kan, it be known to people that they can gain fulfillment in life through their own engagement in the practice of faith. Konko Lai is liberated. Practice faith, receive divine blessings by practicing faith. And not only you, also your grandchildren and even further generations can receive divine blessings. Even the spirits of your ancestors will be able to rest in peace because you receive divine blessings through your practice of faith. The blessings you have received stay with you forever. Therefore, you should build as much a foundation of blessing as possible during your life. We continue to extend our prayers for places throughout the world that are experiencing hardship due to the disasters, crime, poverty, famine, poor governance, and environmental irregularities. Currently, the COVID-19 pandemic has imposed an unprecedented economic, social, and political threat globally from the early stage of last year. Therefore, the Konko, I pray to come. When the people of the world pray to carry Konko life with a sincere and single heart, please fulfill whatever request they have. With a sincere and single heart, we pray the threat of the pandemic will cease and will be able to regain a normal life in agreement of the blessings we receive from the life force Tenchi Kanino Kan. Please allow us to use service to you in helping others. At utmost, eternal thanks for the blessing we have been able to enjoy. A divine parent of the universe reminded us no one is aware of the blessings of heaven and earth, which enable people to live. Karma shall have people become aware of the blessings of heaven and earth. By having Konko life been born throughout the world, with sunshine in every country without exception. With God, for this service, all present as well, those who are not here with us.
No, I do. 방에서 먼저 했는데. Recitation of Tenchi Kakisuke theme.
Ikiyami Konko Daijin Tenchi Kame no Kami Shinni Rai Okame wa waga kokoro ni ari Kongetsu konnichi de Kami.
Pray sincerely with all your heart, be one with Kami. Kami's blessings begin within, hearts grateful and caring, in harmony and joy. And will come always, now and forever, on earth.
Adoration Prayer, page 7. We lift our eyes in awe toward heaven soaring above. We lift our eyes in awe toward heaven soaring above. We bow and sing prayer to our God rich and deep. Living in such gifts of thanksgiving giving, how happy and grateful we are. The beginning of the animal creation does not stop for a single day. The protection of the divine parent grants us far and wide. The blessings of coming flow without limit through all generations. The ways of coming are mysterious and wondrous beyond our understanding. Day by day, every day, earnestly and reverently, we praise the virtues of Kami. We honor the power of Kami. 金徳三時 page 29.
新玉座。仰ぎ祭れば天高く。
仰ぎ祭れば天高く。拝み祭れば地は厚し。神の恵みに生かさるるみの幸いぞ。ありがたき我が生き神の本当に次一人も隠る時のなく天地の神の御守りとき近きな隔てなし神に尽くしみはよろずよにあまねく満ちて果てしなく計らいはくすしくて人の思いぞ及ばざる我ら今月今日やび祭りでいたすらに神の御影をたたえますらん神の慰霊を仰ぎますらん
一度拝礼。一度拝礼。Mikama prayer, page 12. Mikama prayer. Spirits of those who have gone before us, you are given the gift of life, in this fast and endless universe, to discharge your duties faithfully, each according to your sign of years. You be remembered eternally, your life be told from generation to generation, honor as the foundation of our society, and the roots of our families. Through the pure workings of Kami, you enter the temple of faith. You walk the way of Buddhism, respecting the will of the divine parent. You are not prepared in the city of faith to take into the world beyond, and deity of descendants. Our gratitude is boundless for your loving favors. We pray that as ancestral spiritual home, our own divine spirits, will stand by us each and every one. Receive the favor of Kami, and help us fulfill our tasks as people without fading. Protect us, guide us, and enrich us, and we will never lose the way of faith, that we have known of all generations, that we may live in peace and prosperity within our homes. Protect us, guide us, and 児童敬礼 Please bow your heads in prayer.
スプリングメモさん最終涙はスピーファンミニスターコンコミシワヒワレイプレワンアリコタカハシレイワンアスタロミヤスタティコンコチョシオワビレイワンマサユキイキピコダプレワンマサユキヨシノコンコミシオコルレイワンジェジロトシコサパコンコチョシオハーシで見たはスピー all the people who have ever been guided and collected the Konko Wahiawa and became the foundation of this land. 高橋源氏の御霊の神、高橋菊の御霊の神、宮本朝日陽の御霊の神、宮本朝平杉の御霊の神、高橋東東橋の御霊の神、高橋恒子の御霊、高橋重の深い土の御霊、高橋の家の御霊、矢野の家の御霊、矢野兵庫の家の御霊、矢野東助の御霊、矢野梶代の御霊、矢野沢井の御霊、矢野一郎の御霊、矢野論子の御霊、矢野正隆の元荻原の御霊の矢野高彦の御霊の牛は弁力の御霊の牛は平の御霊の牛は文達の御霊の山本美久の御霊の池本の家の御霊の池本重牛の御霊の本木国への御霊の松岡の家の御霊の松岡太の御霊の大郷次郎わらの御霊の海安代伊達の御霊の中野源氏の御霊の中野橋の御霊の中野守の御霊の中野正の御霊の武士の正也の御霊の武士の神の御霊の山本氏トーマスの御霊の山本和の金田の御霊の山本ブルース神との家の御霊の山本ベイの家の御霊の山本ベイの御霊の浜城井口の家の御霊の浜城藤代ベイスの御霊の浜城富田の御霊の井口大地の御霊の井口一重の御霊の明日の里の御霊の明日陽一の家の御霊の広田知恵の御霊の広田西は万吉の御霊の広田純子ドリンの家の御霊の野口行司宇治の御霊の野口由衣の家の御霊の野口臨海イルスの御霊のアルキション・ジェイスンの注射の家の御霊の風潮ガンディマシンの家の御霊の風潮ベンの御霊の風潮ファンの御霊の島田由香の御霊の平本義義の御霊の平本浩二の牛の御霊の牛島の塩の牛の御霊の牛島千里牛の御霊の牛島の塩牛の御霊の豊田弘子の御霊の沖本健健の御霊の沖本馬垣家の御霊の広田万寿の御霊の広田藤の御霊の広田吉子の御霊の広田八重子フォーレスの御霊の広田貞子陽介の御霊の広田吉和ロバートの御霊の吉原朝子の御霊の吉原タスクの御霊の吉原の御霊の林田空尾の家の御霊の林田仁平の御霊の林田式の御霊の林田素直の御霊の林田安の御霊の川田玉須の御霊の川田岩石の御霊の川田清美の御霊の川崎重雄の御霊の川崎久人の御霊のテレクドラの家の御霊のテレクケースの御霊のテレク勝美の御霊のあれにノルの家の御霊のあれブレン秋の家の御霊の声の家の家の御霊のあれ正樹の御霊の野口あれ藤原の御霊の野口鈴代の御霊の野口周の家の御霊の野口宗次の御霊の野口玉の御霊の野口平介の御霊の野口院の家の御霊の町の宮城の家の御霊の妻とし大吉の御霊の妻息子の御霊の東馬シャーの家の御霊の東馬小林現地の家の御霊の妻現の家の御霊の妻訓練の家 次は中東の御霊の神、次はよしよし、神戸の御霊の神、噂の家の御霊の神、噂姫の御霊の神、噂秀樹、金兵の御霊の神、噂イサムの御霊の神、噂正リチャードの御霊の神、噂吉尾、ギルバーの御霊の神、で、宮武、室の裏の御霊の神、玉林、キリスの御霊の神、玉林、藤屋、リチャードの御霊の神、前坂綾の御霊の神、前坂共栄式の御霊の神、前坂本家月の御霊の神、原田塩の御霊の神、原田つゆの御霊の神、林重ワイの御霊の神、橋縄夢の御霊の神、小笠千代の御霊の神、藤本秀夫の御霊の神、藤本和子の御霊の神、藤本伊藤の御霊の神、宮本薄の御霊の神、宮本千美の御霊の神、高橋清香の御霊の神、高橋千里の御霊の神、平野正宗の御霊の神、淡路節はじめの御霊の神、淡路東熱の御霊の神、梅の正の御霊の神、長田清の御霊の神、長田今の御霊の神、岩永よし子の御霊の神、有川松代の御霊の神、柳田和美の御霊の神、牛島綾子の御霊の神、徳島新之の御霊の神、山本アレスの家の御霊の神、山本マスクの御霊の神、山本信子の御霊の神、山本照之の御霊の神、山本静家の御霊の神、大畑正雄の家の御霊の神、正木大江の家の御霊の神、金光義人の義人の御霊の神、大本義樹の御霊の神、大本康中の御霊の神、モルフに家の御霊の神、アングランゴ、シャムの家の御霊の神、アーツの家の御霊の神、カラバの家の御霊の神、上田さんの家の御霊の神、テレビの家の御霊の神、コロンアナの御霊の神、バラン、エリスタの御霊の神、キャラバオ、サンドの御霊の神、サンドマキシの御霊の神、江口 CA の御霊の神、江口大使の御霊の神、アーバン、キニエ、ジャネットの御霊の神、相馬、朝子、セセリアの御霊の神、相馬の家の御霊の神、レオ、ジェイソン、メイライの御霊の神、マーシャ、ルビーの御霊の神、ジュリアの家の御霊の神、平本エロの御霊の神、徳本春美の御霊の神、温泉、レオリンの御霊の神、午前、ショーの御霊の神、ジローマル、鉄彦の御霊、鉄彦の御霊の神、アンコール、関東の御霊の神、片岡、敵の御霊の神、バスの御霊の神、岩本志子の御霊の神、温泉、三上家の御霊の神、白石京子の御霊の神、谷川、リリアンの御霊の神、ドライアン、アメリカの御霊の神、ウェバー、パストリーの御霊の神、イオペーパー、アイマン、ケイス、ファインの御霊の神、岡、シエ、デイビッドの御霊の神、岡、シオ、ヒノデの御霊の神、秋田、フォーの御霊の神、ヘロン、ラ・ジュニアの御霊の神、久保、ロバート・エスの御霊の神、久保、シテコ、ハイデの御霊の神、上中、茂、文子の家の御霊の神、上中、福石の御霊の神、上中、聖子の御霊の神、大沢、オステの御霊の神、大沢、峰の御霊の神、大沢、内股の御霊の神、宮坂、米の御霊の神、宮坂、宮井、佐川の御霊の神、勝が天と道の御霊の神、勝が武志、野の御霊の神、勝が広志の御霊の神、美人用、トロイの家の御霊の神、王戦、バイスの御霊の神、フランス、レベッカ・ジンの御霊の神、広政、チャールの家の御霊の神、広政、キミと、クララの御霊の神、山下、ひまの御霊の神、山本、健の御霊の神、上原、牛たちの御霊の神、コンティエ、フェデレ、ベトの御霊の神、サンゴ、シンの御霊の神、大山、大水の御霊の神、大山、娘、カセミの御霊の神、ソリン、竹子、川口の御霊の神、馬場、浅井の御霊の神、ブレン、フランシスコの御霊の神、オーデン、 Amelia in Taiwan, Kelly Pastor Charles in Taiwan, Ronald Gaia in Taiwan. Roman Albania in Taiwan, Kelly Pastor Charles in Taiwan, Araki Sumiko Japan in Taiwan, Sakano Sari in Taiwan, Higuchi Taishi in Taiwan, 愛媛の上位の聖地、高島俊也の御霊、寺田祐介の御霊、根本克也の御霊、水口武の御霊、脇沢博の御霊、高田健の御霊、堀谷真嗣の御霊、西田博の御霊、瀬川博隆の御霊。Every time I speak for the people who have ever been guided and connected to the Konko mission Wahiawa through the course of the operation of the church in the last 81 years, and the people who have lost their lives due to natural disasters, crime, poverty, famine, for governance, environment, relatives in nation and in the world. Also the people who have lost their lives by the COVID-19. With deepest reverence, we are gathered here today, March 21, the observance of the annual spring lunar service, with renewed remembrance, honor, appreciation, and praise for those who came before us and became the foundations of our blessed lives. On behalf of Konko mission Wahiawa, we want to say for each of us have been born in this world to live through the grace and the plenty of divine care universe. From the moment of conception and throughout our lives, we have been enabled to sustain our lives in blessedness of plenty and divine care. We will began to spiritual food, also departing from our spiritual physical existence. Upon the Konko life sake, those who are living between heaven and earth are blessed to plenty kind of time. Even after death, we shall also receive blessing plenty kind of time. Whether we are living or dead, we must remember that heaven and earth will all be our home. As such, Konko life showed us that there is a best relationship in life and death. Let us always remember that the blessing of the divine parent, present time, space, and chance are found the Konko life created. The life, just the sun that once is a divine blessing. The rain, the food, is divine blessing. All humans are asked to live in the midst of divine blessings. People are born with divine blessings, live with divine blessings, and die with divine blessings. The eternal spirit will reverently acknowledge and include the virtue of the Konko life and plenty kind of family, and of all eternal spirit that enable us to appreciate our blessed life. Through divine arrangements, we have been guided to Konko place with one another as a Father created. Faith begins with a fortunate encounter and a feast of praise. We forever offer our humble respect and sincere thanks to all the Dhamma with deepest appreciation, remembering in appreciation of the work and contributions to the life we have been enjoying in the past decade. Please accept the many offerings placed before you and sincere praise also. We extend our prayers of thanks for your spiritual work as you help, guide, protect, help in time of need. And conclude this service, which in our deep appreciation and heart of gratitude will enable us to publish over this situation for the last 81 years. We pray that through your virtue and power of coming, the Konko faith will be passed on from generation to generation. The blessings of the faith will be felt by many. Thank you again. Over to you.
사인 전하는 사인들 Tamaguchi offering by the members of the congregation. Susan signed page 36.
Yoion no Wahiawa Wangai no Kami Wanga Kami Dokokoro Tsukushi Dei Tsukimasu Ranna Koro Tsukushi Dei Tsukimasu Ranna Todo Kimi Oya no Kami Dashi yo Umi no Kono Tamme ni no Ashira wo Shinzume Tate Kamai Atsu Kono Tamme ni Yono Nari Wai o Mamori Tasuke Tamai Akuri Om no Mi Unnu Sakai ni Mashimase Domo Mi Utsukushi no Mi Kokoro wa Utsushi yon ni Kawarase Tamawazu Saki ni Tamman no Masaki Kusaki wa Etamai Kushimi Tamano Kushimi ni Megumi Tamai Te Kokoro Dashi wa Maki no Ashira no Uwaki naku nari Wai wa Musumbu Tsunamen no Yurumi naku Mango Kuro Hioram ni Hamyeni Tutame Shine Tamai Ukaraya Karaya Warangi Aite Hini Kenne Uraya Sukutano Shima Shime Tamai Tsuine Otsushiyana Koto Woyete Kamin no Mikado ni Noiram Joki wa Kamnalan Shimwa Mukai Tori Tamai ni Utsukushimi Oko Amura Shime Tamawan Monoto Kamin no Minorim no Tayenari Okashi Komi Kata Jiken Nami Miyoya no Begumi no Koroge Naranu Uere Shimi Yora Kami Basu Koto wa Mi Kokoro mo Tsuyaka ni Kiko Shime Shitamae Tamasu Anakushi no Miyoya no Mitama Anakushi no Miyoya no Mitama Nakoto no Miyoya no Kami Nakoto no Miyoya no Kami.
Ikido Heire. Let's read page 73 together. The Konko faith are creed. We believe in Tenchi Kane no Kami, the divine parent of the universe. Our founder Konko Daiji embraced Kami's revelations and as divine mediator answered the call to eternal mediation. Our continuing goal from moment to moment is to realize Kami within each of us. We are fulfilled through Kami. Kami is fulfilled through us. The happiness of everyone is Kami's greatest wish. We give thanks for Kami's blessings, mysterious, wondrous, and mundane. Blessings begin with our own hearts filled with harmony and joy. We pray wholeheartedly to Kami today and every day, trusting Kami as our loving parent, finding peace of mind. We live our faith in service to Kami, each other, and our world, nurturing and nurtured, mutually fulfilled. We revere those who have gone before us, spirits one with Kami, caring for us eternally. We respect and appreciate other paths taken by humanity towards spiritual fulfillment. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for our Spring Memorial Service. It's good to see you in person, and also thank you for joining us via Facebook Live. Ever since live streaming our services, it all began really right the next week after our church anniversary. Because that's when everything like shut down and we have to like stay in our homes and everything. And we had a choice. We had a choice to either live stream it or to not live stream it. And there are some ministers of different religions as well. And some of them decided that they will live stream as well. But some of them said, no, we're not going to live stream any of our services. And some ministers were like, we're not going to have services, period. So it all depended on the minister, the churches. Everyone had their own autonomy. But because some of the ministers were like, we're not going to live stream it. because that's going to make the church members lazy. And then when it's time for people to come back to church, they're not going to come back anymore. But I'm like, I don't care. It's between you and Kami-sama. You each of you have your own personal relationship with Kami-sama. I don't know what level your relationship is with Kami-sama. That's none of my business. But to maintain it is important. Whether people come back or not after the pandemic is over is between you and Kami-sama. So we're like, we're the one that's gonna get lazy if we don't live stream this thing. So thank you for being dedicated and continuing to join us, even via Facebook Live. So I really appreciate that. And today we can gather here in person. So I'm really grateful for that. Anyway, today the gotais are really for our Mitama spirits, the people who passed away, our ancestors, our friends, our loved ones. We're gathered here to honor and appreciate all that they have done for us and continue to do for us as Mitama no Kami. In Konko Kyo, our religion, we honor and appreciate the spirits of the deceased. When you die, they're not goners, you know. Some people believe that you die. That's the end of you. That's the end of your book. You're gone. But in Konko Kyo, you continue on. You continue on. Your spirit continues to live on. And I just want to start off by saying we're really thankful to see, of course, all of you in person. And I'm thankful to see David Sensei in today's service because it's a working weekend. So in my head, I was like, oh, David's not going to be attending today's service. Mm-hmm. And my mom says, oh, David's going to be in your service tomorrow. And I was like, really? And he said, yeah, he took vacation for today. I was like, wow, that's amazing. I was happy. Some of you know and some of you may not know, but David has been MIA for 8 years. From 2015 to 2020. And I remember asking my mom, I was like, how is it that David is able to live day to day without any problems for 8 years? He stopped coming to the church, stopped attending the grand service. He doesn't even attend the memorial services. He just doesn't come, period. And how is it that he can still go about his daily life like regular? And I said to Okasan, I said, people are going to think, see, it's the same whether you go to church or not. It won't make any difference. Going to church is a waste of time anyways. And my mom was like, Honto ka? You know, Honto ka means really and not? And she said, are you sure? Then she said something like, then she said to me, something is definitely happening. Something is definitely going on. We just don't know. And I said to her, well, and then she said, Kami-sama will surely send David a sign. Just wait, just watch. And I remember saying, yeah, right. Well, it's taking Kami-sama an awful long time. Next thing you know, he's back. And again, he's dedicating his heart back to Kami-sama and his ancestors. He's going back to the roots of his blessedness. You know, people may think that I'm too busy. I can't attend the service, I'm too busy. But if work is keeping you so busy and you're able to earn a living day to day, we need to make time on the side to come, even on rainy days, and just dedicate that brief moment to Kami-sama and say thank you. Because really, it's because of Kami-sama we can work. I also experienced that Kami-sama can disable me at any time and can no longer earn an income, because it's through Kami-sama that we are able to do everything in life. Well, anyway, I texted David a couple weeks ago that to at least take vacation for Gotai side if he hadn't done so already, and he didn't really text me back. But I figured he must be kind of irritated. I was like, here Edna goes again. But I'm really happy to see David Sensei here today, attending today's service. Very proud of him. Remembering the roots of our existence is the key to receiving divine blessings. when we forget it, something will be amiss in our life. And David Simpson might say later on, oh, I'm here because Edna told me to. Or like, I'm doing a sermon today because Edna told me to. But then I want to ask him, well, why do you listen to me? How do you listen to your little sister? Because what I do, I just follow what Konko Daijin tells us to. That's all I'm doing. Founder says, don't forget these important service days. If you forget, you will not receive blessings. If you remember these important service days, you will receive blessings. It's so simple. It's really, really simple. And that's what I'm doing. I'm just following what Konko Daijin says. Because Konko Daijin was the guru. He was Yoda. And when we follow what the Yoda says, oh, it's amazing. You'll receive a lot of blessings. Today, the spring memorial service, I wanted to talk to you about how we view death in Konko. When we die, that's not the end of them, again, like I mentioned. We don't go to heaven or hell. We continue to live on as Mitama spirit and can travel through all corners of the universe, if corners do exist. And we can continue to guide and protect our loved ones who are still physically living. We have a role. When we die, that's not the end of us. We still have a role to protect and guide our loved ones. When people die, they become much like the leaves that fall from the tree. As long as a human doesn't come and sweep up, the leaves, the leaf will decompose in the elements and will become nutrition for the tree and also function as the roots now. A tree is completely self-sustainable. Trees can grow without the help of humans. Somewhere in the dirt beneath the tree are organic particles that once belonged to a leaf which grew on the tree above. So a leaf that fell from a tree will give nutrition to its kids, its grandkids, and great-grandkids, and so forth, that are thriving above. It continues to give. So what about people who died without having kids? I still see them as fallen leaves that hold the same potential to give back, and the energy and whoever they have connections with. Where we live in Wahiawa, and there are a lot of big plumeria trees all over. And I see many leaves on the ground, especially in the summertime. Some leaves fall off and they are brown. Well, most of them are brown. Some are yellow or some are yellow-green. Occasionally, I see really fresh green leaves on the ground. And then really tiny ones too, like baby leaves. But those are really rare. Some get knocked off because a bird landed on it. And then that's like a inhuman being, like young people dying because they got rammed over by a car or they got hit. And they all remind me of humans. These leaves on the ground, they remind me of humans when we die. People die of all ages, although most commonly in their later years. It's shocking when people die young. But at every stage of somebody's life, we can be grateful. Whether they pass away young or old, we can always be grateful for the blessings that they receive. And at whatever age someone passes away to, we can always be grateful for the life that was lived. Even if it was only for an hour or like a few days. When I have time, I'll look through the daily newspaper and look at the obituaries. And sometimes at work, when I have some time, I look at the obituaries too. And my coworker's like, Evan, what you looking at? Obituaries. Not being morbid or anything, but I do this because sometimes I see names of people I remember. They may be church followers or patients that I have once taken care of in the hospital. And then I can remember and think about them and pray, even for a brief moment. Many of the deceased people in the obituaries are in their 70s, 80s, and 90s. On rare occasions, I see babies. I see toddlers. I see teenagers who passed away. And I just think about how very sad the family must have felt at that time. It's unfortunate, but it happens. Just like the plumeria leaves on the ground, the rare mini ones, the small baby ones that you see on the ground. Although they are rare, they are there sometimes. Regardless, the leaves all return to the soil, decompose, and the tree above benefits from the nutrition it provides. If we continuously swept the leaves of the tree, that this avocado tree produces so much leaves, and we complain and we just sweep it all away, then it's like, how is the tree going to get nutrition? You got to end up feeding it artificial fertilizer. If we deprive the tree of the nutrition of the leaves, eventually it's going to get sickly and it's going to end up dying. So when your loved ones pass away, they continuously feed us with their energy, but that doesn't happen automatically. It happens if we can give equal attention to them and acknowledgement to them even after they are gone in physical form. All that they have shared with us remains in our hearts. And as we remember them, like I remember Mrs. Mitsuko Suwa, who used to always sit in that chair, right there, second row, that chair, with the extra fluffy zabuton, we can maintain a connection with them. By the way, today happens to be Mrs. Mitsuko Suwa's 9th year passing day. So, I also remember Mrs. Chiyano Hirota, and she used to sit like right around there. She's known for her potato mac salad, which can never be recreated. Oh my goodness, it was so delicious. I tried to make it a couple times, but I can never make it as good as she made it. These memories, especially of the foods they used to make, remain in our hearts forever. Even the songs that they used to sing to, or the songs that they used to listen to, when we listen to them, it brings back memories of those people. Really, and I get like goosebumps. Wow, and they feel like they're with you now. That's why when we have Naorai Fellowship lunch or Naorai after our larger services, through eating Naorai, we can feel like we are connected with them again. Food is directly linked to our lives. Without food, we simply cannot live. I was watching NHK World one day, and there was a restaurant chef who quit her job, and she started her own business of recreating dishes of deceased loved ones that they used to make. And some of the customers, they don't even have a recipe, and then they tell the chef only descriptions of what it tasted like, its texture, its level of saltiness, sweetness, bitterness, whatever, its color, its consistency, its smell, and its appearance. And the chef can write down all these exact details and recreate the exact same menu item. And even went as far, this chef is so amazing, she went as far as to obtaining specialty ingredients that were only present during that era, like special rice that no longer grows in that area anymore. She thought, okay, in this era, only this kind of rice grew in that area. So it must have been this rice that your grandma used. So she goes to a specialty rice shop just to obtain that special rice to recreate that dessert. And then the grandson was like, this is it. This is the flavor, this is the texture, it's everything. Yes, this is it. And the customer really, they're extremely happy, and they're brought to tears. And the chef was like, this is the most rewarding job ever. It's so rewarding because these customers are extremely satisfied and happy. If I could get one more taste of Chiyano-san's delicious potato mac salad, it would bring tears to my eyes, really. I still remember her gifting me a large round bowl of her specialty potato salad when I graduated from high school. I remember that. I'll never forget. And so, like always, I go off tangent with my sermons. But what I would like to say is that as long as we remember our deceased in one way or another, somewhere, somehow, they will show us their presence to you, and we'll be able to feel their energy surrounding us. We'll feel their love. We'll feel protected and guided, always. So, It may be cumbersome for some people to attend these memorial services, but your blessings will show in the extent of your sincerity and dedication. My mom always says, "Shitara, shitadake," meaning you remember your loved ones, you go to their graves when you can, you attend memorial service, you offer flowers, you offer osenko, you think about them daily, and these are all efforts. It's your efforts. And so whatever effort you put into something is going to reflect back. So you put so much time and dedication into your Mitama spirits that you revere. Why would they not respond to you? You know what I mean? They will respond to you. My sister-in-law Fong always said, if you want something, you gotta do something. If you want to feel their presence, what are you doing? Are you just sitting on a couch, just watching TV? Or really, are you taking that extra time, that effort to remember these people in your life? Don't expect great blessings when you show no sincerity. Don't expect their guidance and protection when you have completely forgotten about them. Or remembering them has become a waste of your time and energy. I'm forgetful too, and I tend to forget people's date of passing, so I put it in my calendar, my cell phone calendar, and that reminds me, and I'm really grateful that I have something to remind me. Because we forget, humans forget, we think about other things. So even if you have to mark your calendar like that, do it. Do it for these people that became the foundation of our life. Sometimes we may say we're too busy or working, but if you can make that extra effort to go before or after work, or even on another day to acknowledge your ancestors and deceased loved ones, they will respond to you. If you know months or a year in advance of when the memorial services or like the Gotai site are, take a day off, take a vacation just for them. Because it was these people who showed us what love is. It is these people who are the roots of our success. And if we can continuously remember and give thanks to them, we will continuously thrive and receive divine blessings. Again, remember the roots of our existence, and we will naturally thrive. So I'm really grateful that you are here today to remember them. Thank you so much for listening.
Good morning. Thank you for coming to today's memorial service. I know Edna was talking about me. Wow. She texted me and all that. I haven't been to church in a while. I do read all the text messages that I get from her. Today, I did not take today off because she told me to take it off. I don't remember actually that text message. I took today off randomly. It just happened to take off today, and I just happened to be at the memorial service. So I guess in that sense, it was an arrangement, if you think about it that way, for me to be here. Because the other day I took care of somebody that like died, like in my hands. I guess not. I didn't kill her. I let her die peacefully, in a sense. So maybe I was meant to be here today for the service. I know I'm not gonna give a sermon like Edna Sensei's. Mine is not nearly as long. It'll be super short actually. So every time I come up here, I always say to treat people good. The person that died this past Wednesday, I mean, she died alone. Of course, it's COVID and all that. The restrictions are a lot less strict, and we can have somebody at the bedside to, I guess, support the dying person. I just feel that we should just kind of take care of each other. The main thing is to remember the deceased person and to not forget everything that they may have done for you. I always think, I know my parents are gonna die someday. Everybody's gonna die someday. And then I know every time I listen to my sister and my mom kind of argue because they're both strong-headed. I was like, I get kind of cringy sometimes when I hear that, and I say, I want to say, treat each other better, and stop arguing all the time. But then they argue and then they're nice again, like us, which is on and off. So I guess it's all right in that relationship for them to be doing that. But I said you gotta talk a little bit nicer sometimes. So because you never know when you're gonna die. You really don't know when you're gonna die. That's what I thought when I took care of that lady the other day, because she just all of a sudden felt a little sick, sat on that chair, and then ended up in the hospital, dying. So my sermon might sound kind of totally random. Yesterday I went to see Shannon because I hadn't seen him for a while, and it's like I'm just wondering how he was doing. So I went with him, and they said, "Oh, you like eat dinner also?" So I went to eat dinner with them, with the family, and then the dad came as well, and I guess when the dad was at my side, I could see on the phone the late Mrs. Tangerang on her phone, on his phone actually, and you could hear the family talking about how Shannon was saying how mom would enjoy seeing the baby grow up and all that, like as if she was there basically. The main thing was the thing that I realized is that you shouldn't forget your ancestors. You shouldn't forget your family members because they die. It's always important to acknowledge them, to remember all that they've done for you. But the main thing is that you should just try to be with the people around you without any regret. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. It's just, you don't want to say something negative to a person and all of a sudden they die and you can't take it back. Like you can't say, "Oh, I'm sorry." You can say "I'm sorry," but it's totally different from when you can physically say, "I'm sorry for what I've done," and then they can reply back to you and stuff. So that's why I always say to try to treat everybody as good as possible, no matter what the situation may be. And that's pretty much what I felt yesterday when I took care of the person that died this past Wednesday, when I got off this weekend, and it happened to be a memorial service, and when I ate dinner with Shannon's family and the dad, and how he was remembering everything about the late Miss Tangerang. That's pretty much it. Thank you very much.
thank you for joining the service the first time for many months. Nice to see all of you here. Anyway, thank you very much for your attendance to the service. Also listening to Edna Sensei's speech, remember relationship between me and our children. When I was, David was about 1 year old. I took him to the lake woods for fishing. 1 year old, just behind the Pamela's storehouse. So that was the first outing with David. In taking care of my 3 children, I try to respond. I try to listen to whatever they say, or what their request. So, in a sense, because of this relationship, we have enjoyed a relationship with our children. And this can be true for my relationship to my parents. They passed away. When I was young, maybe it's elementary school, maybe about 6th graders, I asked my parents to request I want to transistor radio. I thought initially they hesitated, but initially they tried to, they gave me the transistor radio, and they tried to respond to my request and always try to fulfill it. So I have no bad memories of our parents. And in return, when I encountered a kind of, what should I say, change of course in life, and become Konko ministers, in a sense, I listen to their request, their deeply held wish for the children. Because the minister of the Kawane's church in Ehime, my native church in Ehime, used to talk to my parents. Yano-san, Yano family has enjoyed so much blessings from Kami-sama. And I'm expecting 1 or 2 of your children to become Konko minister, serve directly to Kami-sama. And my parents always reject, no way. but it can be a Kami-sama arrangement. I have listened to this request, the sensei request. Actually, the sensei request to my parents, and also that can be my parents' request for me and my second eldest brother. So the family members, the Konko ministers. So maybe because my parents listened to me, my parents tried to fulfill my for their request. In responding to this relationship, I listened to their request. The same relationship can be found in relationship between Kami-sama and Mitama-sama and Konko-sama. The first Konko-sama used to say baseball catching. When child try to throw higher balls, to try to jump and catch it. So the ball come lower your body and catch it. Respond to the ball given by your son. The same thing can happen to relationship between Kami-sama. If we try to respond in this manner, we may be able to enjoy a good relationship. And response is one of the key items in pursuit of Konko cookies. We acknowledge infinite blessing teaching kind of things. Even the ability we can speak this magic this way, and visual powers and hearing, and even the rain, the force, everything, all elements of life is possibly because of communism, to try to respond to this, giving. I don't care about the race. I don't care. This is not the ways. When we eat food, thank you. Basically, without food is given by commitment to sustain our lives. There should be thank you. If you waste food, it's just ignoring commitment. Give. How can we enjoy happy life? So response is one of the key items. Key items. Don't pass it to Konko office. Anyway, thank you very much. Wait. I want to say one more. I'd like to introduce a message from the founder Konko. The message given to Sato Misoshi. Actually, I shared this thought about half a year ago. I inquired Konko-sama that Shinshu sect advocates that we'll go to the pure land after we die. And Shinto priests say that we'll go to Takamanga hut. There are many religions and different teachings. So will our soul go into such separate ways after death? Konko-sama important. Such a thing would not happen. We will neither go to the pure land nor to Takamanga hut. The souls of those who die, having nowhere to go, hover and play like nuts between heaven and earth. They exist and play the house of Buddhists out there and at their graves. This goes for not only Shinshu and Shinto, but for the Shingon and Tendai sects as well. When people live in this world, if they do wrong to others or go against the heart of Tenchi Kaino Kamisama, their spirit will be demolished by Kamisama after death. Those who worship Mitama spirit through Buddhism say that the spirits of such people have nowhere to go. And those who worship Shinto say that those spirits will become evil. Thus, we must not do wrong in this world. Tenchi Kaino Kamisama is watching through his eyes of heaven and earth. As long as you live on earth, he will watch you from heaven. According to an old saying, heaven knows, the earth knows, and you know. Tenchi Kaino Kamisama knows all because heaven sees all. You may well know that the left eye is Nittenshi and the right eye is Gattenshi. No matter how much you open your eyes, without the radiance of Nittenshi and Gattenshi, you can see nothing. But even with the radiance of Nittenshi and Gattenshi, if your eyes are no more, they will know no light. Perhaps now you understand what it is to receive a Mitama soul. This Kyoten Gorikai number 2, Sato Mitsushi 20. A few years ago, the interfaith community took up this subject of where do the soul of deceased go? Interesting, even though dedicated believers in each religious traditions do not have concrete ideas about the destinations of the souls after departure from this world. Though the founder was given a few days of observing the world after death, he never elaborated about what he has seen there. It can be the greatest blessing that the world after death is unknown to the eyes of the living people. We have no choice of coming into this world. We live in the midst of the blessing Tenchi Kaino Kami and depart from this physical world without knowing where we go. As the founder Konko related, people are too self-centered. At birth, even the intelligent and virtuous have no concerns about lucky or unlucky days. They're concerned about such days only after birth and before death. They die without concern for lucky or unlucky days. Number 3, and Konko Kyoto Gorikai number 66. So this is the nature of a human existence, life and death, so closely related. Thank you very much. ありがとうございました。
義阿弥本校大人天地神の神真に願いおかげは心にあり今月今日で頼め義阿弥本校大人天地神の神真に願いおかげは我が心にあり今月今日で頼め
ご理解
Page number 3. Page 62, number 22.
本当本当に
うん
私マークしたよ。
あ、違うわ。な、page 63, number 26. Page 63, number 26.
26. If you are always come to a doctor, he will come quickly to see you when you have pain. If you always practice faith in coming will save you quickly when you suffer from illness or misfortune. You should always remember this.
47. It is often difficult for your family members to respect you because they know you so well. They do not show appreciation. The family of a doctor complains that his medicine does not help them. This is because the family does not recognize the medicine as being prescribed by a respectable doctor. Kami is just the same in your home or in the Juroman. Medicine prescribed by your father is also just as effective as that prescribed by another doctor. Pay due respect.
Oh, 28. Konko Daijin does not tell people to come to worship, but those who come frequently end up receiving more divine virtue.
29. They say friends make or ruin a man. When you come here and feel you are receiving such wonderful teachings, your heart becomes tranquil. 30. A married couple is the joining of two strangers. If each is kind to each other, they can live a full life in ease.
34.
Number 2.
I got it. This one here, 31.
31. To the Senate of those who listen to Konko writing, words and participate with, lie without worry, teaching the children how to live without worry, is practicing true faith.
32. The faith you have during youth
32.
will bring you joy when you are older. 33. There are people who come to the Hiromai from afar and leave happily with abundant divine blessings. There are also those who live nearby in Utani village but do not come to worship. An excellent restaurant may be right next door, but you will never know how good it is unless you try it. This is an analogy, but everyone receives blessings from Tenchi Kananaka.
34. Since you live so far away, you need not come to the Hiromai so often. You should, however, come here every once in a while to review your faith in the same way art and science schools offer review lessons.
35. I am a human being and will not live forever. My body is not to be preserved. Immortality is when others continue to revive you after you die.
36. The soul of the earth, having no episode, over between heaven and earth. They have nowhere else to go. They exist, they play at the household outdoor in their graves, even buried in graves. They will go anywhere they are worshipped. While you are living in this world, do not do anything that goes against the heart of God. You must not do wrong in this world. God is watching over you. God will watch you from heaven as long as you do wrong. According to our old saying, heaven knows, the earth knows, that you know. God knows that.
Thank you. So appropriate for today's memorial service. Good morning, Ohayou gozaimasu. Thank you for coming. 今から4つ歌を歌わせていただきます。お願いいたします。新人のpage 57。新人の道を。栄養の親は。お願いします。
Thank you.
keep on moving forward with our heads up high, for we are all living in a world that embraces you and me with its love, supported by the prayers of those who care for us. We are never alone in our lives. When I'm down and ready to surrender, when times are hard and it seems so dark, just know in each day that I'm never on my own. Gives me strength and courage to try harder. Holding hands with my friends standing by my side. Sweet arms together we will walk to the shining, shimmering, brilliant light, light from above that never ends. Instead of losing hope or fearing what's ahead, let's keep on moving forward with our heads held high, for we are all living in a world that embraces you and me with its love, supported by the prayers of those who care for us. We are never alone in our lives. Instead of losing hope or fearing what's ahead, let's keep on moving forward with our heads held high, for we are all living in a world that embraces you and me with its love, supported by the prayers of those who care for us. We are never alone in our lives. Thank you. Thank you so much. ありがとうございました。Thank you very much. Please take care.
위안이 공고하신天地神の神主に願い、와hiawa心より今月今日で頼め。위안이 공고하신天地神の神主に願い、와hiawa心より今月今日で頼め。
Thank you again for joining us for our memorial service, spring memorial service. Just an announcement, we'll be having our spring Gotaisai grand ceremony on Tuesday, April 13th at 6:30 p.m. If you can join us in person, wonderful. If you want to join us online on Facebook Live, please meet us here. We'll be passing out bento take-home bento dinners for you. So if you are able to come, please let us know beforehand so we'll have one ready for you to take home. Thank you very much again. You have a wonderful new week. Take care. Bye.